Jimmy Durante show, Martha Ray had a show, and we represented all these people. Um, Usually it would be around a personality, either from the movies or personal appearances, who was strong enough to command a show, and then you would create a show around them. But we were putting together in those days writers and producers, and directors, and the star, and selling the package. In those days, the advertisers controlled more of television than the networks. In other words, the networks were almost like the distribution method, and if advertisers would come in and pay the price, they could support a show, and so that they owned the show, not the networks. And oftentimes the problem was that they didn't like the time period, they would move the show to another network. They had the right to because they owned it. So we were dealing mainly with advertising agencies, and they had the power. And that was an interesting period of my time because I felt, how's this little Jewish kid from Brooklyn going to deal with these people from Harvard and Dartmouth and Yale? Well, they drank the same kind of crap that I drank, and we got along fine. But it was a whole different world that I wasn't used to. But if I had the goods and I had the ability and I developed a relationship, it didn't really matter. But so I was selling to J. Walter Thompson, which was a leading agency in Young and Rubicam. Some of them were still around. And General Foods was a major buyer of shows, and Procter & Gamble, to this day, is a major buyer. But that's how shows were sold. They were not sold to the network. An advertiser brought the show to a network and said, I would like 9 o'clock Monday night. And if it was available and they paid the right price, they got it. So the networks really were a conveyor. They didn't have much input. What that entails is making your show that you're trying to sell as attractive as you can by getting all the necessary elements and putting it together. Whether you represented all the elements or not, you would try to get the right writer to go with the personality. You would try to get the right director and all of the people you needed to make a show. So you would then go to the buyer and say, I have this show. And this is what it consists of, and this is what it's about, and this is what it's going to cost you. And you would give them a figure for the total cost of everything. You then took a package fee. It used to be 10%, and then it became 5% current, 5% deferred, and then it's gotten to be less. But which meant you took a percentage of the total amount of money the buyer was paying. So if they paid $100,000 a show, hypothetically, you would take $10,000 as your fee. You would not charge your clients a commission. So to them, they were not paying a commission. You wouldn't charge your non-clients a commission. They might be paying it to their own agent, but you wouldn't be charging it. So rather than commission each element you represented, you commission the total. The theory being that you spent a lot of time putting shows together that didn't sell. And then when one sold, you needed to get reimbursed for all the time and investment you had. And if you delivered to the buyer what they wanted, and it didn't cost your clients anything extra, it was a pretty good deal. Now, that's the package story. It's changed, it's had permutations, it's gotten yelled at, it's gotten screamed at. It's been good and not good.